So let me ask you a question. Do you leave your car unlocked at night? Do you leave the door unlocked at night? Now you may be thinking, well, what kind of question is that? That's crazy. No, I don't. Well, why is it that we leave our hearts, our minds, our spirits open to people that come in and hurt us? Now, before you say, oh no, well, I didn't know, I'm talking about people who've shown us who they are, they've told us who they are. Why is it that we do that? Let's dig that up today. If you're new here, my name is Madi. Here we have real talk on why we choose dysfunctional and unhealthy relationships. It's like I always say, we can talk about that other person all day long, but at the end of the day, we choose. We choose. So let's look at that. Let's talk about boundaries. What are boundaries for? Boundaries protect us, don't they? They protect us from things that are hurtful and harmful. And again, I'm talking specifically in areas where we haven't set a boundary. I'm not talking about the times where we didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. No, but when you found out, however you found out, someone told you that person was being unfaithful or what they were doing, whatever the case may be, or you found out about their toxic behavior because you saw it, they came at you. So however that happened, think about why. Well, I've talked about this in my other videos, why you accepted it, but also here we're talking about why didn't you set that boundary, which goes hand in hand, right? Because when you look at why you accepted it, you think, oh, I accepted it because of this, and that's why I didn't set the boundary. So today, the message is short but sweet. We need to set boundaries because they protect us. They protect us from things that are harmful. But again, if you are allowing dysfunction or hurt or abuse or going through the same experience over and over, you need to ask yourself, why haven't I set this boundary? Why am I allowing this person to hurt me? Why am I setting myself up and not setting a boundary? Think about it. Why is it that you're allowing yourself to be mistreated? It can be a number of things. You have to look at everyone's an individual, can have an individual reason. It can range from self-esteem to just what you saw when you grew, growing up. I've talked about this before, but we really need to look at why we're setting ourselves up. Again, because I've been there, I'll be the first to raise my hand. I've talked about this before. I don't come on here to, come at anybody else from things that I haven't done myself. I had to look at it. I had to look at my self-worth, the messages that I heard growing up, right? About not being good enough. So then, I didn't set a boundary because anybody could come in. But think about it. If you let that person come in, what are they bringing with them? What spirits, what toxic behavior? You're connected to that person, so what are you now that you're connected to that person, you're not only sensing and going through whatever that person's carrying, but it can attach itself to you. The word tells us, don't hang around an angry man too long because you can become angry. But if the person's bringing confusion, we know the word says confusion is not of God. So again, all these things can attach themselves to us because now we're attached to that person and their dysfunction. So we need to look at, why we're not setting the boundary. We lock our doors, like I said, we protect our items even more than we protect our soul and our spirit. Think about that. There's something wrong with that. And again, I had to look at that as well. Journaling comes to mind. That's so therapeutic, but not only therapeutic, it can help you to dig it up and decipher why you're doing those things. Why you keep picking that and choosing that. But that's all I have for today. Let me know, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you struggle in the area of boundaries? Because I could go on, sometimes when you set a boundary, before I end this, when you set a boundary, people are not going to like it and they're going to be angry because they're looking for the old you. The one that they could do whatever to, the one that they could abuse or talk to any kind of way or do whatever. And now you're like, no, I'm setting up a boundary, and they're not going to be happy. But you have to understand that those are beneficial for your mental state, for your spirit. We can't just let anything come into our temple, come into our heart, our mind, because it can pollute it. I think of the story of Nehemiah. It says that he didn't let the enemy come in. He knew that they came to disrupt the work. So the word says he set up a guard day and night against the enemy. So, yeah, we have to be very mindful and discerning of who we let in our mind, heart, and spirit. But that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is Mari. Until next time.